is a very exciting new change for our insurance industry, and an added benefit to people that, as a safety net or a buffer on the back of their policies that they wouldn't have otherwise had for free, allowing them to possibly have an asset disregard if they go into the Medicaid system after buying a long-term care insurance policy that's partnership qualified. And I guess, Veronica, since we're handing the mic, go ahead and tell them what you talked.
So much for summarizing. I think that the common denominator for all of us was that with the changes in reimbursement and the cost that it is to take care of our residents, that we all need to do early planning and understand what is out there and available to everybody. And I think the insurance is one avenue that everybody has to explore, because there's just less and less available out there for our consumers, and it's just real important to think about it as early as we can. And ultimately, we all will end up in a home care situation or a long-term care situation, but hopefully we have that available to everybody when they do need it.
Anybody have any lingering questions or concerns?
I'd like to just add one comment. Being a long-term care insurance.
Can everybody hear, or should we maybe Phil Donahue?
Yeah.
See, now I'm really dating myself.
You had a lot more hair than you. What I'd like to say and what I've learned is that long-term care insurance has become mainstream, but there's not enough of an educational process out there, and I think that each and every person that is in the circles that we are traveling in, we need to make sure that there is the opportunity for everybody to be educated. What I'm learning is that the workplace is an excellent place to start educating people in their 30s and 40s, because it's a huge business problem right now with the cost of care and people that are going to work, and they are in the workplace and they're not paying attention to their jobs because they're worried about their parents. They're taking care of issues on the phone. They're losing work. It's called presenteeism instead of absenteeism. But I think that everybody that has employees should be talking to their employees about it, and giving everybody the opportunity to go to workshops and educational formats like this.
We have a specialty program that we started with that, and we actually have a care manager, the veterans manager, who is Denise Giovanni Siegel, who is very well versed in that. We find that patients who are in our service that are veterans did not know, or did their family know, that the type of benefits. She actually walks through the paperwork, she does it for them, she cuts through the red tapes at the VA. She does such a great service that now we're being duplicated, which is a fantastic thing. Flattery. So we are very proud of the program we have. So if you have any questions or need any help, even before a person becomes eligible for hospice, I would say for all you care managers or all of you that deal with the seniors, please give us a call. She'd be more than happy to come out and educate you.
While we're on that topic, I wonder if I could ask, is there anybody that is aware of a service or a resource that you thought was unique and that maybe others may not be aware of, that we should be? Anybody? Yolanda?
Just to follow up the comment on being able to access that VA benefit level. For those of you that know of adult daycare programs, you know that a lot of the community-based programs, because women usually live longer than men, the ratio in attendance is usually 4-to-1. For every one male, there's 4 females. But when you tap into VA benefits, all of a sudden, a ton of guys, older men, needing services, so it really helps with that ratio. That's something to consider. One thing that we did in our session is, in order to customize our comments a little better to the needs of the audience, we went around and asked what everyone's background was. There was a lady in the back that had a unique service that actually, you write checks and help manage the financial ends for people. And what we're finding, at least in the city of Margate, is some of the seniors have been always relegated that duty to a spouse who may no longer be around, and over beyond all the decisions in navigating our healthcare system, the basic stuff like balancing your checkbook, making things, making sure things are paid in an appropriate manner, and that you know what you're doing, is very important, especially for older women. And so I would just like to encourage that you exchange business cards, because I didn't know that there was an actual agency that did that. So we learned a lot in our session, and I thank you for that.
There's an organization, if you Google it, it's called It's called Daily Money Managers, and they are licensed and insured, and they are bookkeepers and accountants and people that will go into a senior's home, pay their bills, understand the explicit benefits on their health care charges, and they'll help coordinate.
Talking about what Jewish Family Service can do for the community, since we are in Boca and in the Delray area here. Although we do have a fee-for-service geriatric care management company, and all of the services, by the way, that we offer are non-sectarian. If someone calls into Jewish Family Service, a senior who says, I'm isolated, or I need rides to the doctor, or I'm just a lonely kind of person, we have a lot of free programs that we offer to people. And this includes a volunteer program with rides to the doctor, rides to other appointments that people have. We often, and I use this as a story, there was someone who never could go see her husband in the cemetery because she had no way to get to the cemetery, and we had a volunteer once a month would take her to the cemetery to visit her husband. We also have a friendly visitor program where we can match up a volunteer with a homebound senior. They'll go once a week for socialization, they'll stop at the grocery store, pick up a couple of things for her, whatever. We have a daily telephone reassurance program where we have a group of volunteers come into our office. They have a list of seniors that they call. We've had people in this program for 6, 7, 8 years who have never met the voice that they talk to on the phone, but they know that person's name and they have a long-standing relationship going on, okay? So I just want to remind people, please use us as a resource in the community. We're also helping seniors when they relocate. If they're going to move to be near their adult children, let's say they're going to go into assisted living, we've navigated that system of finding moving companies that do the whole thing, where they get the dimensions of the room that the person's going to. They come in, they measure the furniture, they try to see what makes sense to go, not go, put things in consignment shops for you, pack you up. So there is a myriad of things out there. I just wanted to let you know about.
And then Peter, I'll give it to you. Something I learned recently at the Assisted Living Coalition was that Meals on Wheels, although they have a financial component where they will provide free meals, they also have a non-financial component where anyone can go to Meals on Wheels and purchase meals that they can have in their home for the week at, I think it was $3 for the dinner. And this is just one of the services that we as elder law attorneys, as care managers, as CPAs, as bookkeepers, whoever works in the system should educate ourselves on. And these are the services that we want to advocate more of, that there be more of with our legislators. Something like that where they can go and get meals for the week, and maybe they're not indigent and maybe they do out, but if they could just have those meals, it would make their life easier. They wouldn't have to worry about cooking or buying or using the stove. So I just want to put that out there too for Meals on Wheels.
Professional services that have been interesting. Medical billing advocacy professionals are starting to become more front and center for us. In other words, the costs of the medical bills and the things that the hospitals try to slide in, we all know are overwhelming. So